No, I'm cracking up all these people out there just stopped. We live. Good evening, everybody. We are at the world headquarters in Cahokia, Missouri. I'm Hard Rock. I'm a Hard Rock miner.
I think I'm gonna change my name to like Friesen Country or something.
Thought cowboys were supposed to be able to take the weather there, stud.
Buddy, we do take the weather, but you didn't tell me it's like -4 degrees up here. So I
I'm
like
in
only
a light
dress.
jump jacket here.
I dressed for 30 degrees. I didn't dress for -30.
Okay.
Like, I wore my flannel, but I can't even show my flannel off because I gotta have my jacket on.
It's a little nippy up there.
It's a little nippy up here,
It's a little-
boy. The Eskimos packed their bags and moved out.
No, I see the elves and Eskimos right there and that fancy decorated light scenery. I wonder how many people are going to drive by here with all this whole front of this lit up, looking at the Christmas lights and think, what is going on in there? You got the son of Satan over here dressed up with a cowboy hat.
I
Some
got
weirdo.
I got
behind
icicles in my coffee.
You don't have icicles in your coffee.
I got icicles in my coffee. So, do
So
you
what?
ever?
Do you notice everything you start out with is soap?
Hey,
So,
hey, do you
So-
ever embarrass your wife?
no.
So,
I think if I did that, and like you, my wife might kill me.
I live on the main drag there in Wayland.
You didn't pee in the front yard
Nope,
again, did you?
nope. But
Good.
she was down at the other end of town, and she was heading down the main drag to go to Keokuk. And she had the kids in the car, and I just pulled into our driveway. And so I didn't even park the car, but I threw it in park, and I jumped out, and I went up to the side of the main highway there that everybody's
You
going
ran
up
out there, didn't you?
And I started dancing and jumping up and down and waving my arms. And she goes by, and she just looks the other direction.
No, I love my wife dearly, and I think she has a fond love for me. I think, but I did something like that, I might take a 380 upside of the head or something. You know, just saying.
Oh man, oh, life is short sometimes, so you gotta laugh. You got to laugh at life.
You know, laughing's good for the soul.
Yeah, somebody was getting mad at their husband and bad mouthing the husband. I said, "What do you expect from us men?" I said, "Us men are very simple creatures. That's why we need you women. That's why we marry you women, because you know."
I feel like you're about to get slapped in this next
No,
sentence.
no, and this is pure honesty. I called my wife from Walmart, and I said, "Honey, what do we need at Walmart?" I was in Walmart.
Okay.
And she said, "We need 2 items. We need coffee creamer and toilet paper." I was
The world's
in.
most important paper.
Yes, I was in Walmart.
And the
I
world's
was.
most important condiment.
That is true.
I mean, that's a fact.
I found my replacement for coffee creamer though.
Which is fine.
Eggnog.
Nah.
Oh man, it's amazing in the coffee.
I can't
So,
do that.
so-
Can't do it.
I called my wife and I said, "What do we need?" She says, "Coffee creamer and toilet paper." And I'm back there in the milk aisle. I was talking to her on the phone, picking the creamer out of the freezer. And I got home and she said, "Where's
You did
toilet
wrong.
paper?"
You did it wrong. Yep.
And I said, "Oh,
You
that
forgot
was the other thing
the
I was
world's
supposed to
most
get."
important paper.
And so she just looks at me, but she doesn't get mad at me because she knows I don't do these things intentionally. I just, you know, I see a
You
shiny
add that up.
object.
You
And
add it
squirrel!
up.
Look at this.
You add it up. ADD.
Uh-huh.
Add it up.
And
You
I
just,
probably
you just
got.
officially added it up at that moment.
That is so true. And I didn't even get anything else. All I bought was coffee creamer, but I probably got
Did you at
carried
least
away.
get good ones?
Oh yeah, my almond coffee creamer.
So me and
And there's
Isaiah,
only
we
2
was at
choices.
the store today. We bought some coffee creamer.
Okay.
And bless my little girl's heart, Isaiah is just so worried about everybody else.
I still got ice in my coffee.
Yeah.
It's freezing. I got to keep moving it around to keep it from freezing.
So she's all excited. She has noticed a new flavor of creamer that her mom might like to try. And since her mom wasn't with us, we had to get an extra creamer.
I hope it wasn't candy cane or peppermint.
No, it was Irish something cream
Sweet cream.
Sweet, yeah, Irish sweet cream.
Irish sweet cream. Yeah.
I've never had it, so I'm waiting to make that cup of coffee in the morning. You know, that really strong Black Rifle coffee. And I'm going to pour some of that stuff in there, and I'm going to try it.
I'll give you a heads up.
Okay.
Okay, let me give you this heads up.
Okay.
When it says sweet,
I am kind of like a head taller than you.
You are.
Okay. Maybe a foot wider.
I was going to say that too, but I was trying to be nice.
Definitely like 5 sizes bigger than Shu.
Yes.
Okay.
So when it says sweet,
this is cracking me up. These people going by just staring.
yeah. When it says sweet cream, it's sweet.
Is it really sweet? See, I don't do super sweet stuff.
Well,
I'm more of a iced
why do you hang out with me then?
You're vinegar.
That's hurtful. I had like 2 feelings. You're
I hope I
hurting
just
that
broke
last
one.
You just hurt that last
Good.
one. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
It's good
So-
for you. Because you know what you do with vinegar? You can make pickles.
You make pickles? Yes, you
And
do make pickles.
pickles and sweet cream is kind of like eating pickles and ice cream.
So I had some pickles the other day. They were
What
expensive
in the world
pickles.
was that?
These are expensive pickles the other day. They're organic.
I think we need to buy that guy a muffler.
Yeah, possibly. Do you know these organic pickles didn't taste any different than regular pickles?
I don't. Yeah.
And it really didn't change my.
You know, with pickles, I mean, so you classify the pickle or the cucumber as organic, right? But the vinegar is still the same. The salt's still the same, right? Is there such thing as organic vinegar? I mean,
Well, they would.
I know there is with the apple cider vinegar. I know that they sell organic for that because people do shots of that, like just a shot.
Yes,
glass
I know.
shot.
Yeah, yeah. My mom used to drink apple cider vinegar. I think my brother still does.
I don't know if I could do that. I tried one day, and I might have had to clean up a mess. I projectile.
So I'm gonna burst some people's bubbles on this.
Okay.
This
Is it
vinegar,
gonna
this
explode?
organic, this organic
Listen,
thing.
don't break my light here.
Okay, I won't break the light. I'm gonna burst some people's bubbles on this organic thing because I grew up back in New York when organic was really starting to become a big thing.
Good.
And do you know how many loopholes there are in organic?
I know there's quite a few because I looked into doing that with organic goat meat.
To label it organic, there is a lot of. There's so many loopholes. It'd be like you saying.
But if you got a loophole,
You selling some of your rocks and saying they're 100% U.S. rocks,
yeah.
but you bought them from Southeast Asia. But because they came here and you bought them from another dealer here, you're selling them and saying that they're 100% U.S.
You realize I dig my rocks in my yard.
Oh, I know.
So that's
I
a bad
know.
equation to this.
Well, I know, but that's.
I just wanted to squirrel you up. You got
Yeah.
that creepy little fella over there, and he just weirds me out.
Folks, he's not creepy. He's.
That is the
homely.
son of Satan.
He's homely.
It's more than homely.
Homely.
When kids walk by and ask, "What is the monster on our bench?" That's scary.
Nobody asked that.
Oh yeah.
Nobody
Yes.
asked that.
Yes. There was 2 little boys out here one day watching me crack geodes, and I let them come in to see them.
When they asked me that, I said that was just you sitting there. Scary guy sitting on the bench. Don't pick on Theodore like that. He's got all his little friends there. How can somebody be that creepy and have all that many cool friends?
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
You know, we're like way off subject here. We need to
are.
stay on subject because it is cold up here.
I've hung out with you for the past 2 days. Staying on subject. The only subject we
You're
stayed
the one
on.
that was running around like a rampant dog with rabies.
The only subject we stayed on was you were freaking out about my driving, which, folks, let me tell you what
ditched us 3 times in the ditch.
My driving was impeccable. Flawless driving.
I really thought we were going to roll once when you went to the
Flawless
ditch.
driving.
I'm glad I just didn't have my coffee yet. I'd have been upset that you'd spilled good coffee. Just saying.
The last time you rode with me and you trashed 2 of my vehicles by spilling coffee and tea everywhere.
It wasn't coffee, it was tea.
Everywhere.
Tea.
Everywhere.
Because you slammed on the brakes because you didn't stop
I
at
wasn't
the stop
slamming on
sign.
the brakes. I was sitting still at the stop sign.
When my
you spilled.
knees jam into the dash, son, because you forgot to stop, that is jamming on the brakes.
You know, in 10 years, my wife has learned how to handle my driving very
Is that
well.
why
She
her
doesn't-
knees hurt all the
she
time?
doesn't spill
She's
anything.
all the time back there rubbing her knees.
Oh boy! So I had
Poor thing.
I had to leave the house today.
Did you turn the airbag off so when her knees hit
No.
the dash all the time? She doesn't trip
I
her
had
off.
to leave the house today.
You left the house today.
She came out of the back room, and I had left the door open to one of my gun cabinets. It's a real short one, it's just like
The stupid stuff.
2 foot off the floor.
As she
It's-
calls
it's
it, the stupid stuff.
stupid crap.
Yeah,
So
I stand.
she-
You're right. Stupid crap.
She had the door swings out and slides in, but sticks out about 6 inches.
Uh-huh.
So she walked around
Did
the
she keep
corner.
her toe on it?
No, she got her kneecap on it, and now her kneecap's like swelled up this big.
Oh, great! She won't
And
be able to work again because her knees hurt again.
She grabbed
Poor
a
girl.
stick that I had sitting there.
Saint Heidi
and I
was
had-
just tore up.
I had to leave the house, and do you know what? She locked me out of the house.
I would have.
Oh man.
That's stupid crap.
Oh my word. Whew, I felt awful. As she's sitting there, crunched down on the floor, holding her knee, I go over and I shut the door and said, "Here, honey, let me get this for you," and then I left. See, folks.
Oh my
folks,
God.
I'm being honest. Us men are
Oh
not the
my
most
God.
intelligible creatures in the world. We do stupid stuff all the time.
No, stupid
and
crap.
we don't intend to do this. This just happens in our lives. It really does. And if you're married and you're watching this, or if you're not married and you're watching this, you can enjoy
You're
it.
thinking about getting married.
You need to learn that marriage has a lot of times
Get
where you
marriage
can laugh.
counseling before you get the
That
license.
is so true. And listen to your counselors. Anyway,
Linda?
but learn to laugh.
Who?
Because you're going to do a lot of stupid stuff. You really, honestly are.
If you don't, you're going to end up crying yourself to sleep.
Yep. You're going to be out there in the middle of a snow blizzard.
No. You know what's going to happen?
And you're trying to
gonna
get in
be
your
out
car.
on a beautiful, exotic island, and your spouse is going to freak out in the water and distance herself from you because she barely knows you, she claims. And you could be a vacationing murderer.
Did you tell her?
That's what she told me.
Did you tell her this? What's the chances of 2 murderers being on vacation together?
Oh, heck no. She'd have murdered me.
All right. And it's like picking up a hitchhiker and him getting in and saying, "Aren't you worried about me being a serial killer?" And I turned and looked at him and I said, "What's the chance of 2 serial killers being on the same road at the same time?"
All right. How many minutes are we in this?
Oh.
Good grief.
Well, I don't know. I lost touch in my fingers. I can't feel my fingers. I can't feel that. They're kind of frozen at the
You
knuckles.
got to do this. See, you put your fingers like that.
You ever look down at your hand and you're like, "Man, I got old person hands,"
Yeah.
and they're all wrinkly?
Try having 2 different size fingers. Huh. Pick your nose better at this one though.
So going back to the marriage,
Whoa,
learning
I
to
gotta
laugh
tell you,
on the
I gotta
marriage.
tell you something real quick.
Okay, all right, you tell me.
I got
something real
spoiled. I gotta tell you.
quick.
I was gonna tell it
I
earlier.
gotta sift the ice out of
I
my
gotta tell. I was
coffee.
gonna tell it earlier, and I totally just. I was gonna be nice and let you wait and go after you, and then I forgot about it. What was I gonna say? Oh,
You
so I
swirled my
watched
brain
2
so quickly.
people in a very, very heated argument. A discussion about a woman. And the one guy wasn't taking the other guy serious that there was going to be a beating involved.
Okay.
There was 2 people, I'm assuming, in love with the same woman.
Okay.
And I had gotten asked to come to this quickly as an assistant, maybe in law enforcement. And as these 2 grown men or boys, whatever you want to call them, were arguing, I thought, well, I don't think there's any worry here for a fist fight. A lot of threats.
Mm-hmm.
And the one guy is doing the finger point, and screaming.
Mhm.
And the other guy just looks at him and starts laughing and jams his finger up his nose. I about peed my pants. And he just walked away. It just stopped all argument. Everybody was dying laughing. And I was like, holy cow, that just happened. He did try to like flick the booger on the other guy, which what do you do to that?
Well,
I need to write a book. I think someday in my old age, when I'm old, I
Yeah.
might just sit down and leave that for my inheritance for my children.
Yeah, but the thing is,
I mean,
they would think that you're making up these stories. You know, in my life, I've come to
man,
the
I'm gonna tell you
realization-
what. There's some of them stories that were from the barbershop. I can't even tell them because I don't know who's alive and who's not anymore. They're bad. Some of them were.
I tell some of the stories that happen regularly in my life to people out of this area, and they say, "You're just making that up."
No.
And I'm like,
You can't
"No,
make crap up
no,
this good.
you can't.
There is
can't.
no.
You can't." And you know, whether it has to do with drugs, whether it has to do with alcohol, whether it has to do with just plain out sobriety and stupidity, the stuff that happens is unreal in our lives.
Well, I think us as humanoids, when we get an addiction or get in heat because we're in love with somebody, or you have complications in your life that causes you a significant amount of replaying something over and over, whatever that scenario may be, reality loses sight. They dwell. They dwell. They just dwell and dwell.
Do you hear about the
That son of Satan over there still
well,
creeping me out.
you talk
I'm
about
gonna paint his eyes. Go put sunglasses on him or something. The dude's got whiteout eyes and they're creepy.
his eyes are fine.
They're
So,
creepy.
Did you hear about the host of Jeopardy? They found
What's Jeopardy?
They found
The game show.
They found a 20-year-old video of him when he was winning one of his one of the times he won on Jeopardy.
Who?
This guy.
I can't remember. I don't watch.
I don't
much
even
TV.
know what his name is. Alec Trebek passed away, so this new guy's taken over. In this video, he actually got this question wrong, but the question was for $200. They
How to
said,
pick your
"What
nose
is
right
it?"
in an argument.
No, they said, "What is an immoral person
More person.
that is also has the same title as a long-handled garden instrument?" And this is on this what they call it, these TikToks. It's replaying, and he says, "What is a hoe?" And he got it wrong.
Okay.
And the correct answer is, "What is a rake?" But I kind of lost
Squirrel.
on that. But
I
that
think
was
the
a true
squirrels
story.
Were running rampant.
But they
Maybe
said
rampant with rabies.
they said that the crowd went wild.
Yeah, I bet.
Do you think that the writers never thought that was
I-
going to happen?
No. You know, I think they were sitting there writing this stuff up, and the reality of they're drinking coffee, and one of them is mad the coffee's out, so he's gonna play a fabooble, and he's gonna get
Do
something.
you think he had ice in his coffee like I do?
Oh,
This isn't iced coffee. What?
My nose ain't turned to snot yet. It's fine. It's dry. I won't pick my nose like
Okay.
the other guy did, but man, if I was really cold, my nose would be red and it'd be running.
Okay, so the
Not
writers,
like running like Santa Claus.
the writers
It
run
just
out of
looked
coffee.
like you in a younger version.
Yeah. The writers ran out of coffee, and somebody was going to do a fumboodle.
Yep.
Which I don't even know what a fumboodle is.
I don't know, but it sounded really cool. Didn't it sound? Can y'all make that in the comments? Spell that for me, because I don't even know how to spell it. But I'd sure like somebody to spell it for me. What are you doing? There's a snake down there?
Is that like a machete?
Whoa! What? Darn it! You're not supposed to find it. You scratch that countertop, boy. I will use that on you. You're not supposed to even know where that's at.
Okay, what's a fumboodle?
I'm gonna get a
What's
taser.
what's a fumboodle?
I don't know, but now you've got me that dang jacked up. I'm gonna get a taser. He pulls this crap out on me all the time filming. Tasers, machetes, everything but a gun.
I wouldn't want to do that. Do you need to borrow?
No! See what I mean, folks? I'm taking your Christmas bag.
Do you need to borrow that?
I'm taking your Christmas bag. I'm
Fumboodles. What kind of fumboodle? He plays
ready to be
with-
done. Night's over. I'm cold now. Put that up.
Do you need to warm
No,
up?
put it up. I'm gonna turn it on and stick it in your coffee. That'll warm your
Hey!
coffee up.
We could try that.
No, I don't like them things. Put it up.
Okay, it's back.
Put it back right in your back spine.
All right. So you're explaining the fumboodle. You've got me interested in what did they do with the coffee? Did they make vinegar coffee? Because I've done that before. When you serve that to
that's
guests at your
not
house,
good.
when you run vinegar through your coffee pot and then make coffee right after that.
For those you don't know, you're supposed to technically every now and then clean your coffee pot with vinegar.
Uh-huh.
It's really, really good that you make sure all that vinegar is out.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor Isaiah thought she'd be really nice.
Mm-hmm.
She was about 6, 7 years old.
Uh-huh.
Well, clean your coffee pot up, Dad. So no, that's okay. No, I'm gonna do it. Well, you know, you got to give a kid that's wanting to work some effort there. I'm like, sure. And I used at that time my coffee pot to make my tea. I don't drink a lot of coffee. I'm fairly new to drinking coffee. Boy, she was proud as punch. She'd made me a cup of tea. And it was like August. And it was hot outside. And she'd iced that tea up and brought it to me. You know, we were talking earlier about when you take that shot of vinegar and you spit it out everywhere. You know, you dry heave. Poor girl standing right there,
It's
just
amazing.
petrified.
That went down and then it comes back up. Isn't it pretty amazing?
And I took a huge Steve Woodruff gulp, probably half the glass in one gulp. And about 3 seconds later, it came up. And she looked just petrified. I felt so bad. Right there in the front yard, underneath that big old tree we got.
Oh, man. Hey.
Probably killed all the grass in that spot. That's why there's no grass. Probably. Underneath the swing, you know. Yeah, so note to self and everybody else watching us, rinse a cycle through with plain water. Maybe 2. Because there's a tube that keeps fluid in there.
It helps you stay healthy. Vinegar does help you stay healthy.
I lost a little weight right then. I can tell you that.
I bet. Back in college, these teenagers wanted to make hard apple cider. Because hard apple cider actually has an alcohol content because it's gotten through the fermenting stage.
Okay.
So they took a gallon of cider.
It sounds dangerous.
And they poked a hole in the top.
Okay.
And then let it sit for 3 or 4 weeks.
Would there be bacteria in that? Or E. coli even?
Do you remember back when you were a teenager?
No.
All right.
You
well,
realize
some
that
people-
was 30 plus years ago.
Yep. A long time ago. So some people don't care about those things like bacteria and dirt and flies, which thank goodness there's no flies because they're all frozen. But anyway, so they came back to it and they
Squirrel.
took some big old swigs.
Swirl.
What do you make when you poke a hole in the top of something like that?
I don't know.
Well, in a fermenting stage, to make wine or alcohol like that, the key is to let the air out, but no air in.
Okay.
So they have these tube things with air bubbles and water and air bubbles so it'll pop out. But when you have a complete air exchange in and out,
Sounds like a bug infestation.
no, you make vinegar. So they came back after about 3 or 4 weeks, and the one kid took that down, and he took a big old gulp. Man, he puked his guts everywhere.
That's funny. I don't care who you are. That's funny.
I thought the machete was funny too.
No, put it up.
Hey! Hey!
I'm really upset with John and Heidi for giving that back to you.
Well, you know,
Your wife loves you.
my wife does love me. And
I told her I would
I
give her,
treat her
something
good.
nice for
I-
that taser.
I treat her good. You know that. I treat her really good. I got her blanket after her knee swelled up to that big. I got her blanket. I got her phone and a cup of coffee and set her down in the
Hope you
chair.
put Irish sweet cream in it for her.
No,
at
put
least.
eggnog in it.
Eggnog.
It was amazing. Eggnog, coffee creamer.
I'm
Oh.
not, my wife likes eggnog, but I'm just not a big eggnog kind of drinker.
Oh, you know, I had real eggnog. My first introduction to eggnog was real eggnog.
Is there fake? I mean, is it something they can fake? I
Well,
don't
the
know.
stuff you get at the stores now, real eggnog has raw eggs in it.
Okay.
Hence, eggnog. The stuff you get at the store can't have raw eggs because you're not supposed to drink raw eggs. You know, that's like horrible for you now, even though people did it for years. And
Back in your glory days, did you eat a raw egg just to be buff? Did you eat that egg and think, man, it's going to make me ripped up?
Nope, I didn't have any of those false ideas. I would have done it just to see what it was taste like, but I never had those false ideas that
Faults?
that
Like
it
a
would
fault
make me
line?
buff.
Okay.
I was not the type of guy that stood in the mirror for 20 minutes. I really didn't.
Okay.
But I did spend a lot of money on my hair when I was younger, and I used to get a tip. I used to get cut and tipped every 2 weeks.
I bet you did.
I did.
Okay. I bet we're out of time.
We are out of time. We have wasted somebody's time for the past 30 minutes watching this. We have just wasted their
It's not
time.
been no 30 minutes.
That they will never get this time back. Okay.
They laugh. They have joy.
Lesson
Chuckles.
today, guys. Do not freak out while riding with somebody. If they're driving, it's really not that bad.
If it's that bad, you need to freak out. Just
Did
don't-
anybody die? I'm going to get a meme
You know,
with
my heart,
you and I
my heart
pictured
did
in it.
hurt last night.
With you and I pictured in it, and there's going to be bubbles over our heads. And the question that I'm posing is, did anybody die?
Okay.
So,
Guys, this is Shelby. I'll leave it at that. I'm Steve. Is Chris? No, we got one more episode before Christmas.
one more episode before
Maybe
Christmas.
next week we'll dress up. Don't
What?
know what we'll
Whoa,
dress
whoa,
up.
whoa, 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 whoa.
I didn't,
Buddy,
I didn't say what. we'll
I
dress
am
up.
dressed up. I
I,
have clothes on.
I got the jumpsuit jacket, the collared shirt. I'm good. Now, I'm dressed up. Could be a full suit. Some people don't know I have a full suit. I can dress up very nice.
They had to make
I
it out
could
of
come in here in my saw cutting rock clothes with oil all over.
They had to make a suit
They're
out
kinda
of a
crusty.
5-man tent.
No, they don't. That suit cost me $400 20 years ago.
That tent would have cost $99.99.
Can you turn off this radio? Guys, thanks for looking. Thanks for watching. Rock on.